He hears a noise and looks, but the sound is not captured on camera. But suddenly just then, a horrifying pale face slides up underneath the desk.
What the fuck is that?
Hero makes a run for it. His camera pans around and captures the horrifying sight of two legs hanging inside the top of the elevator shaft. The man on the top floor. Japanese paranormal investigator Gachan from the YouTube channel Clip Store sets out to explore an old abandoned hotel all by himself. The hotel sadly had to close its doors in financial ruin over 30 years ago, driving the owner of the hotel to tragically end his own life. Visitors to the abandoned structure often claim to have seen the apparition of a man, and some say they've even heard his voice. Now, while exploring the second floor of the hotel, Gachan is a bit shaken up when he hears strange noises coming from somewhere in the hallway.
誰ですか？誰かいます？次の部屋行きます。こんばんは。誰かいますか？
One of the hotel room doors slams shut all by itself. Gachan's first instinct is to make sure that no other person is with him in the hotel, and he asks several times whether someone is there. When he receives no answer, he takes a look inside the room, but no one there.
What?
Gachan keeps hearing something dripping inside the hotel's elevator shaft. When he reaches the top of the building, he takes a look inside the open shaft. What happens next is downright chilling. Did you see it? Gachan looks inside the elevator shaft but doesn't find anything to explain the strange dripping noise he's been hearing. But when he walks away, his camera pans around and captures the horrifying sight of two legs hanging inside the top of the elevator shaft. Gachan doesn't even know what he just captured until he reviews his footage later at home. So could it be that these pale legs belong to the spirit of the deceased owner? Or is there something else going on here? Let me know what you think.
I want to believe this. I want to believe this. These Japanese videos, real or not, are scary as hell, and I choose to believe.
The haunted Nevada State Prison. Paranormal investigator AJ from the YouTube channel Ghost Vexers Paranormal sets out to investigate the infamous Nevada State Prison in Carson City, Nevada. The prison was built in 1862 and housed some of the most notorious and violent inmates in the world, many of whom never made it out. With hundreds of deeply troubled prisoners that lost their lives inside its walls and 160 years worth of history, it's no wonder that the building is said to be extremely haunted. The old prison was closed down in 2012, and the custodians now host creepy tours to share the strange and very dark history of the prison. AJ is exploring the abandoned jail late at night in hopes of catching some sort of supernatural activity. As he's walking along a cell block all by himself, he captures something truly chilling.
All right, I'm gonna head back. That was pretty terrifying.
Right in front of AJ, a tall white figure appears to walk by and out of sight. The investigator says that he didn't even see the apparition at the time and only noticed it when he went back through his footage. Now, if you're a longtime viewer of this channel, you know that AJ isn't the first one to capture something truly bizarre at the old Nevada State Prison. The Haunted Side Paranormal Investigations team, Patrick and Jason, also caught something on camera in the prison that they just didn't see at the time. Jason is filming Patrick as he walks down one of the prison hallways. In order to provoke some sort of supernatural activity, Patrick is acting as if he's a new inmate who just arrived at the Nevada State Prison. And then, this happens.
I'm the newest prisoner. Which cell's mine?
Did you see it? Even though the bright light shining on Patrick from the camera doesn't change at all, some odd black shadow suddenly envelops most of Patrick's body, blocking out the light. The Haunted Side team only noticed this strange, unexplained light anomaly after reviewing their video later. There is no logical explanation as to why Patrick would suddenly be covered in darkness. So, combined with AJ's bizarre white figure, we have two creepy incidents caught on camera at the Nevada State Prison. So is the old jail haunted by its former inmates? Let me know what you think.
I think out of the two that we saw, the second clip with the black shadow is more convincing than that first one. So it could be haunted, but what would suck ass is if when you die, like if you're in prison, you stay in prison. Or you're just stuck where you died forever. Like, why are ghosts haunting homes and hospitals? And now I'm having an existential crisis as like, what happens when you die? Where do you go?
The devil down in the hole. This isn't Andrew's first cave explorer, and he actually manages to keep calm and continue his trek through the tunnels. But the sounds become increasingly more disturbing. Andrew's camera captures what sounds like several voices whispering to him. One of the voices even seems to say, "We don't know who this is." Andrew searches the tunnels, but he can find nothing to explain the ominous sounds. Since we don't know the history of the abandoned mine or why it was abandoned in the first place, it leaves you to wonder just what happened there and what could be the source of all these spooky noises. But as to whether it's real or not, as always, I leave that up to you to decide.
What the hell was there a child's car seat doing in the middle of a mine? What is going on? This guy has some pair on him, let alone going into that cave by himself. But once he hears all this stuff going on, and he's like, no, I'm going to keep going deeper. What?
The dead next door. Every time she looks through her peephole, she finds no one there that would explain what she's hearing. Now, it should be noted that there were 2 apartments on the floor, but the other apartment was mysteriously and completely vacant. No one else lived on this floor, so there should be no one in the hall, no child, no woman making these sounds. So the tenant shows her footage to her husband, and they alert the building security guard. But he too finds nothing and no one to explain what she's captured on video. There's no one on that floor. Another late night, and this time the woman is startled awake by loud screaming and crying, again coming from the hallway right outside her door. What she captures is absolutely chilling. A child can be heard screaming and a woman can be heard sobbing. Loud banging echoes through the hallway. Horrified, the woman contacts security immediately. When the guard watches the footage, he goes pale. He breaks down and tells her that on the same day 12 years ago, a woman and her 7-year-old daughter brutally lost their lives in the other apartment on that same floor. It was suspected that the father had ended their lives, but he was never caught. And that is why the other apartment had been left empty for years. Terrified by the incident and what she had captured on video, the woman decided to share her story on the internet. So, could the spirits of the woman and her little girl be trapped, condemned to experience their tragic end over and over, never able to move on? Let me know what you think.
Wow. That one gave me chills. It's just, there's no way. I mean, of course there's a way. But what are the odds that 12 years before, on that day, they were... And you hear this, which is way more intense than the clip that we heard in the first part. That is insane. Do you think that's legit or do you think that's BS? I'm gonna go with legit.
School of the Dead. Investigator Hiro takes a few photos with his phone and thinks nothing of it. That is, until he gets back to the car and looks through his photos. What he finds is truly disturbing.
今車に戻ってきて、で、まあどうしようかってね、話をしてたんだけど、で、さっきも言ったけど、地下のさ、部屋でさ、写真を数枚撮ってたじゃないですか。結構ブレた写真とかが何枚かあってさ、何枚も撮ってたんだけど、ちょっとね、わかるかなこれ最後に撮った写真なんだけどさ、机と椅子あったじゃん。あそこにさ、誰か座ってるように見えるんだけど。
もう一回見て
ちょっと待って。ちょっと明るさを変える。ほら。見えるでしょ？
見える。この黒い塊でしょ？
これ。これ何？
あ、確かに。座ってるね。
見えるよね。
見える。やばいね。
見えるよね。
さっき撮ったやつでしょ？
そう。ほんと黒い物体だから、なんか、人には見えないんだけど。
いや、でもさ、
ちょうど。
そんな風に映るものもなかった。
ないよ。だって前の写真が、ね、さっきの写真これだもんね。これはちょっとあれだね。まあもう一回行かないことには。椅子に座ってもないし、まだ。
A dark shadow can be seen sitting at the desk even though there was no one there at the time. Hiro decides that he must figure out just what he captured in his bizarre picture. So, he decides to return to the school to investigate all alone. It was a very bad idea.
I don't know if I have the second part here, so I'm just going to comment on this real quick. I think these are real, okay? I'm going to leave it at that. I don't know, just when he's walking into the room and the way he describes it, how unsettling it is, I've experienced that personally. I don't know if you guys have. If you have, let me know in the comments. But the fact that you can see clear as day when he adjusts the brightness that there is something sitting in the chair, not something in front of the chair, not something behind the chair, something literally sitting in the chair that he showed right after the investigation where he doesn't have time to Photoshop or whatever. I think these are legit.
一人じゃな。ちょっと待って。いや、無理でしょ。やっば。今見間違い今の。
In a split second, a dark shape appears to be standing inside one of the rooms. But whoever or whatever it is disappears before the investigator can even blink. Hiro runs over and searches the area, but there's no one there. There is also no exit that the person could have taken from that room. Now shaken up by the ordeal, Hiro takes a deep breath and decides to get his investigation done as quickly as possible so that he can leave the spooky school. He heads straight downstairs and back into the creepy basement room from their last visit. And this is when things take an even creepier turn.
何今ので。
When Hiro takes a seat on the chair, he suddenly feels what he describes as a presence watching him from inside the basement. He hears a noise and looks, but the sound is not captured on camera. But suddenly just then, a horrifying pale face slides out from underneath the desk.
What the fuck is that?
Hiro makes a run for it.
Yo!
And with that, the Omagatoki team has had enough and they leave to just go home. Now, whether you believe Japanese paranormal encounters are real or
I
not,
know.
the footage is most definitely very creepy.
Yes.
And it certainly freaked me out.
Oh.
Window to the soul.
Thank you. Queda nomás la que ponga.
Did you see it? At first, everything seems completely normal, but then a bizarre figure of a man appears in the window. Now, the easy explanation would be that it's just the reflection of a poster that's hanging on a wall opposite the window. But when the cameraman later pans back to the window, the man has disappeared. The cameraman posted the video to YouTube, but has never posted anything since. So it seems that the video and its creepy capture will remain a mystery.
What do you think that is? What do you think that is?
The abandoned graveyard.
Entering the cemetery. Alright, I'm coming over to visit. I hope you don't mind. Oh my gosh. This whole grave is in shambles. I'm sorry that your tombstone has been destroyed. What happened? Is it vandalized? Whoa. Okay, I just heard you.
Ian finds a headstone that seems to have been smashed to pieces. And when he asks whether the headstone has been vandalized, a quiet little voice seems to whisper, "Yeah." The investigator is shocked by what he just heard. He believes that the spirit he is talking to might be associated with the smashed headstone. So he tries again.
If you're still here, could you tell me your name? Because unfortunately, there's really no way for me to tell. I really don't want to dig around your grave shambles, because I don't want to damage it any further. You don't have to be shy, ma'am. As I said, I'm just here to visit. I'm here with nothing but respect. I'm getting eaten up by mosquitoes right now, but that's okay. It's worth it. If I could just hear your voice one more time. Whoa. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I heard that. I heard you once again. Whoa, you just drained my battery too. Dang, dude.
Ian asks to hear the spirit's voice one more time, and this time a soft voice seems to answer, "It's lonely here." Ian decides to explore more of the cemetery, and when he reaches another gravestone, something happens that he just can't explain.
Oh, whoa, whoa. What the hell was that? Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh, whoa, whoa.
So, I was going to take a sip of this, but first of all, when people like, I give it to you. If you go into a cemetery by yourself in the middle of the night, you got some guts. I'll give you that. Couldn't be me. But when you start hearing things in the cemetery at night by yourself, I'm just saying, you get what you deserve. What do you think? You think this one's legit? The voice was convincing, and it's wild that she's saying it's lonely here, which I completely can't imagine. But as far as that fence rattling goes, what do you think that was? I don't think that was a ghost. That could literally just be anything, but I'm curious to know what you think. Would you go into a cemetery by yourself at night? And would you go into a cemetery by yourself at night looking for ghosts? I wouldn't.
It sounded like the fence. Did you just rattle this fence? What's your name? Here, I could try to read your grave. What does that say? Nanny? Is your name Nanny?
Oh, get out of here. That's a ghost. Yep.
Okay. I take that as a yes. Thank you. Is there anybody else that's buried here? Whoa, I just heard your voice. Could you say it once more? Dude, oh my God, I just heard you again.
I just received an intelligent response from what sounds like a ghostly little girl, and now realize that there actually may be two spirits haunting this gravesite. Nanny Bickle, who passed away at the age of 5, and Ida Bickle, who passed away at age 7.
No way.
After the fence surrounding 2 gravestones rattles on its own and the voice of a little girl seems to respond, Ian decides to take some pictures. What happens next is absolutely unnerving.
Pose for the photo.
Chills.
Could you smile? All right, I'm gonna count to 3, okay? And I want you to pose for this photo. 1, 2, 3.
If you look at this photo closely, there appears to be 2 misty little girls staring into the camera from the gravesite. They both appear to be in their adolescence, have long hair, and dark beady eyes. In the photo taken afterwards, they are completely gone.
2 misty apparitions that look like little girls appear in one of Ian's pictures, sitting right next to what he believes is their own gravestone. So is old abandoned Vicksburg Cemetery truly haunted? Let me know what you think.
I take that back. That was a ghost. That's crazy. But he's like, hey, post for this photo. These little girls are like, what the hell is a photo?
Don't look up. Takeuchi's camera captures 2 extremely pale, childlike feet standing on the upper attic floor. But as the investigator climbs up, he doesn't appear to see anything with his own naked eye. And when he pans the camera back around, the creepy little feet have disappeared. While looking through the attic, the light on his camera suddenly turns off.
この屋根裏部屋にね、その、なんて言うんですか。え？あ？ちょっと待って。あ、ちょっと待って。ライト消えた。え？これ始まってる？難しい。ライト消えてる。なんで？ライト。 割れた今の。どういうことどういうこと。また来た。はマジちょっと待って。ちょっと待って。ちょっと待って。ちょっともう一回試してみようか。マジちょっともう一回オンにしてみます。全然あかんわ。ちょっと帰ろう。
With an unreliable light, Takeuchi decides to just end his investigation right then. But did you see it? After sitting in the darkness for a bit, Takeuchi's light comes back on for about 2 seconds. And those same pale, unexplained legs can be seen again, this time moving quickly out of sight. The investigator had no idea what he had captured until he reviewed his footage later at home. So did Takeuchi capture the spirit of whoever used to live in the creepy, abandoned house? Could the previous owners have met a tragic fate during a dangerous flood? Let me know what you think.
Do you think Takeuchi is full of it? Or is this real? Yeah, I'm gonna say real. I know the Japanese ones, are hit or miss, but they're very entertaining. And I like it. I like getting scared. I like getting chills. And I know you do too. That's why we're here. Visitors.
A small figure about the height of a toddler can be seen running off into the shadows. But another small figure can be spotted just outside the gate. Whatever it is seems to throw some kind of dust or sand over the fence at the confused and horrified woman. Now, it's unknown what is thrown, and without a source, it's impossible to know just what the hell is going on here. But viewers of the video believe that the woman had an encounter with some kind of small creatures, or possibly even spirits. But what do you think? Let me know.
We got these goblins and gnomes and trolls out here acting like Mr. Fuji throwing salt in Andre the Giant's eyes. It's funny. I was thinking about goblins today. I don't think I've ever said that. I was thinking about goblins today. I was like, are these things real or not? And I guess so. I mean, go some corner.
As Ken is about to step inside the upstairs bedroom, a dark figure leaps out toward him, and then the bedroom door just slams shut on its own. Kent believes that it was his wife who slammed the door, possibly because she was getting dressed and didn't want to be on camera. He goes back downstairs where his grandson tells him that his wife isn't in that bedroom at all, but in a completely different room.
No, I thought that was you up in the bedroom. Sorry.
Kent confirms that his wife isn't in the bedroom, and then he goes back upstairs to find an explanation for the door slamming in his face. Did you see it? What appears to be the same dark shadow figure can be seen inside the bedroom as Kent pans around the room. But when Kent flips the light on, there's nobody there. So did Kent capture even more paranormal evidence in his home? I leave that up to you to decide.
I don't know if this guy, Ghost of Carmel, Maine, still makes videos or not. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments. But if he does, it's 2025. I really hope he has an iPhone or a Galaxy, because this iPod Nano nonsense that he's recording with, or whatever it is, this potato quality, ain't cutting it anymore. I'm starting to doubt. I want to see some HD footage, my man. Let's get with the times.
合わせ
The unwanted roommate.
Chyba od pół godziny cały czas mi coś nawala w drzwi.
Cut to another night, and Who Zero is once again not getting any rest in his haunted apartment.
Hej, ogólnie to od jakiegoś czasu cały czas coś, właśnie takie dziwne hałasy. Ja pierdolę, co to? Jak?
Oh my god, I thought that was a face. Oh.
What the f***?
A bottle in the hallway smashes to the ground, the lights flash, and when Who Zero goes to check, the bathroom faucet is just running on its own. Even creepier, the light in the hall mysteriously seems to just keep turning off, and the bathroom door slowly creaks open by itself. At this point, Who Zero has started to get fed up with the strange paranormal activity in his apartment. But it's about to get even worse. Who Zero decides to just lock his door and try to ignore the noises in his hallway, watching a movie on his laptop. But whatever is in the apartment does not seem to like it at all.
It seems like this thing that's in there wants to run up his water bill, but also at the same time wants to kind of offset the water bill by making sure he saves on his electricity by turning off the lights.
The doorknob to the room can actually be seen moving, but when Who Zero ignores the knocking, the pounding on the wood becomes violent. And now it's a little later the same night, and the pounding on the door comes back yet again. Who Zero has had enough. He decides to charge out into the hallway to confront whatever is there. It did not go well.
Kurwa, no. Whoa! Kurwa!
All hell breaks loose and Who Zero runs back to his bedroom to escape. But his recording cuts short just as his own bedroom door slams shut right in his face, now locking him out. Since these videos were recorded, username Who Zero has deleted his TikTok account. Rumors around the internet maintain that the activity in his apartment only got worse, and he just decided to move out.
As he should. As he should. Damn, I think that's real. You let me know what you think. YouTube, that's all I have for you today. I am Nick, the Babadook of YouTube. I appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate you making it to the end. I didn't realize this one would be so long today, but I really enjoyed it. I hope you did too. Let me know what your favorite clip was. After you let me know what your favorite clip was, just drop your social security number in the comments. If you don't want to do the whole thing, last 4 will do, and then send this video to someone you think would enjoy it. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. I made you a couple videos.